All reactions in this program are improvised and have not been rehearsed. Portions of said reactions not affecting the outcome have been edited and/or recreated.
Welcome to Season 2 of
What's on this tape?
For the past year, I've been finding some really interesting stuff, both on VHS and Betamax.
Awesome!
And now that I've got more room in my storage unit, I can fill it with more.
Wait, what?
That's right. I recently found a large cache of even more unlabeled mystery tapes to go through.
Sweet!
There could literally be anything on these. So it's time once again to find out
What's on this tape? 61.
Ugh. Please tell me this isn't mystery. Oh, thank goodness. Masterpiece Theater. Alistair Cookie. That's not how you spell traffic, dumbass. You use one F. If you can tell me why that joke is funny, leave it in the comments. But now we've got a completely different movie here. Looks old. Okay, I know what this is now.
Yeah, I know. Robin Hood will soon be here. Well, where is he?
You should not talk mean like that, because there he is.
Welcome to Sherwood, my lady.
Nah, couldn't be him.
So that was missing its first few minutes, but it went all the way to the end. And it was on KQED.
Acquisition and broadcast of The Adventures of Robin Hood was made.
The Adventures of Robin Hood. That's what it's called. Okay. Ooh. Now, what was recorded over? Looks very British. Kind of looks like Bob Odenkirk. Oh, come on. Give us some sound.
Statement dated
Okay.
25th October.
Shot on both film and on videotape. Well, whatever that was, it's the end of part 4. Lord Peter Wimsey, Ian Carmichael, Lynn Houston. Doesn't sound like anything I'm familiar with. But, yeah, it's probably missing its first few minutes. Let's see if anything comes after it.
Again, Red Skelton is coming up next tonight from 1982, a performance at Ontario's Hamilton Place, featuring the Seagulls, Gertrude and Heathcliff, and Clem Caddiddlehopper, and lots more. That's next. Stay with us.
Red Skelton. Haven't seen a whole lot of his stuff, but, you know, the Looney Tunes did a lot of impressions of him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Red Skelton's Funny Faces 3.
This looks interesting. Oh, curses. It only goes for like 1 or 2 minutes before the recording ends. Well, I'm going to track this down at some point. Maybe the first 2 as well. But for now, I got to go on to the next tape.
62.
Oh, Silk Stockings. I haven't seen this one, but I assume it must be a classic. These are some interesting opening titles. I wonder if they were designed perhaps by Ex Atencio, who did some great opening titles and great stop-motion animation for Disney. CinemaScope and Metrocolor. Not on this TV. So, it goes all the way to the end and doesn't have any commercials, so that must mean it's on PBS. Mark Russell, the second least funny guy on PBS. First, obviously, would be Garrison Keillor. Oh! This is another classic movie. Oh, Lyrics for Bill by P.G. Wodehouse. That's interesting. He actually wrote some really funny stuff that I need to get into reading. Which P.G. Wodehouse books are the funniest? Leave it in the comments. I think I'll just play this for a few seconds and maybe YouTube's algorithm will tell me what movie this is. So, whatever movie that was, it didn't go all the way to the end, even though it's like 2 hours worth of it. But if you know what it is, leave it in the comments. Now, on to the next tape.
63.
Aha! Cowabunga!
Ninja Turtles. Rated PG. Lean, green, and on the screen, March 30th at theaters everywhere.
This must have been from around
The Next
1990.
Generation. Saturday at 8 on TV 44.
Pre-UPN.
Welcome to TV 44's 8 o'clock movie. Well, tonight they're fighting for their beliefs and their lives. Alec Guinness and William Holden star in Bridge on the River Kwai.
That one has the theme that goes. Yeah, that was used on SCTV as Johnny LaRue's unofficial theme. I wonder why.
Call the information operator.
Oh!
Looking for a real hot number? And don't ask for a number. Ask for some real information. You can't.
Yeah, why am I not finding more Arsenio episodes on these tapes?
Germany's reunite. You think they'll tour? Let's get busy, Zip. Let's get busy with media mogul Ted Turner and D-Mob doing their big hit Come On and Get My Love on the next Arsenio Hall show.
Tonight at 11 on TV 44.
I'll have to look up that air date. Yeah, not much else interesting on this tape, aside from the commercials of the era intact. And the movie isn't even complete either. It's like 2 hours, but I think it's missing an hour. Yeah, screw it. Let's go on to the next tape.
64.
Ooh. Now, how did a guy like him get a chick like that? Alright, so this tape is off to a good start with NYPD Blue. And it has commercials intact, I think. Let me check. 5116. Yeah, so about 58 minutes later, it seems to have come to an end.
Watched by more people than any other network.
Oh, yes. Watched more than CBS anyway.
Some places make you lug heavy items to the register. In Orchard, all you have
Dude, this guy was all over the TV, you know, in the early 90s. And I kept wondering, was he the guy from Home Improvement?
June 23rd, 1994.
Thank you for telling us the air date.
OJ and Nicole Simpson. But now someone else comes forward.
Okay, I'm gonna go forward and see what else is in this time capsule.
This three men who certainly know their way around.
Okay, and half an hour later, we've got
has been a prosecutor, currently is president.
a discussion with a bunch of old white men
Down in Houston, Richard
that I don't really want to sit through. World Cup stuff. I'm not interested in this. David Brinkley of the Huntley Brinkley Report. Oh boy. This must have been like his last year on the air or something. I don't know. Maybe he lasted 10 more years. That looks like George F. Will, the stick-up-his-ass columnist that, you know, wrote a lot of stick-up-his-ass columns at the end of Newsweek in the early 90s. I wonder if SNL ever lampooned him. I hope so. I'll have to look it up. So that tape was 2 hours and 42 minutes. Seems like the only complete thing was that NYPD Blue episode. Still interesting nonetheless. But on to the next tape.
65.
Uh-huh. Surprise, surprise. More OJ.
Tonight, an exclusive interview with Paula Jones. The woman who's accused President Bill
Uh-huh. Yeah, her name sounds familiar.
A primetime hidden camera investigation. Is your diamond worth what you think? We took
Of course not, because, you know, Adam Conover did that in his first episode of Adam Ruins Everything. He explained why diamonds are intrinsically worthless. Primetime Live, June 16th, 94. Thank you for the air date. Yep, and of course the first item is... You know who. Whoa! New commercial with Mr. Magoo? NutraSweet. Doesn't it make you go blind? I wonder who's voicing him here. Maybe Jeff Bennett or Billy West.
Pardon me, ladies. Where are the tasty things with NutraSweet? Aisles 1 through 8.
So if you know who's voicing him here, leave it in the comments.
It's a red squirrel day. Look for the NutraSweet swirl. A giant gumball. It's easy to spot. Yes, indeed.
Okay, and now we've got a clip from Hard Copy. A clip from another show. So that's a current affair. I don't remember which show, which network that was on. This is ABC News again. So this feels like a mixtape of OJ News. Now we're on CBS. Here's Connie Chung.
Frankly, I am concerned about this national health plan. There is
I didn't know parrots were from France.
So, write Congress and demand Whiskas original Crave recipe.
Or maybe Belgium, I don't know.
100% of the nutrition they need. And the chicken, tuna, and milk protein they love. So, they stay healthy, and I stay alive.
Cats love new Whiskas
Oh,
original
kitty, kitty, kitty.
We buy Whiskas.
Isn't democracy beautiful?
Yeah, it sure is. In France, maybe. Looks like this guy left the VCR running for a while. And so this is, what we know from today's hearing. If you can figure out what date this is, leave it in the comments.
The U.S. Figure Skating Association today took
away
Tanya Harding's national title.
Yeah, I bet Margot Robbie was like super young in 94.
Attack on Nancy Kerrigan.
And we're continuing with the KPIX special report.
This is a special KPIX 5 news report on the preliminary hearing of O.J. Simpson.
Preliminary
This afternoon,
hearing.
When the hearing finally got underway.
So how many days did that go on? Ooh. I haven't heard of this show.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to How They Do That. If you're the curious type, you found a home for the next hour. I'm Pat O'Brien, and as always, my partner, Dorothy Moose.
Pat O'Brien, wasn't he on Entertainment Tonight? I only know that, like, Jimmy Fallon did an imitation of it.
Quietly protecting our nation.
These steel tubes armed with atomic weapons
Tubes.
are populated by 140 men virtually cut off.
Every day, Steve Chevy struggled with his long-distance service, billing issues, and
This
service
looks very
representatives.
big budget.
Slower connection. It was a communications
Almost looks like
nightmare.
Eon Flux.
Lucky for
So if you know who did this commercial, leave it in the comments.
Business advantage.
Phew, this is a very long programming block on CBS KPIX 5. I want to see how long it goes for. An hour later, we've got the beginning of a show. Is this Northern Exposure? No, it's picket fences. I have hardly seen this one. Whoa! Another Energizer Bunny commercial. Oh, I guess he's one of those energy vampires. Oh, jeez. You always lock yourself out, don't you?
Still going.
I wonder if they actually made plushes of those bunnies. Alright, so we've got Primetime Live again. That episode of Picket Fences was incomplete, by the way. Okay, we've got 65 down, 75 to go. Not a whole lot on these tapes. Got classic movies, including Robin Hood, Silk Stockings, and Bridge on the River Kwai. Then in the last two tapes we had coverage of the OJ trial, or the preliminary hearing anyway. Geez, I wonder if there'll be more OJ on the next few tapes. Tune in next week and find out. Now it's time once again to say... Adios, muchachos!
Stay tuned for the next episode of What's on This Tape, where even more hidden content will be revealed.